Broadcasting from North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, TGD Radio presents GolfRap, sponsored by Myrtle Beach Golf Authority.
Let's go while we're young.
So who's the host of the show?
He's the senior TGD golf analyst. He's a former touring pro, a current teaching pro. He will teach for food. Hugh Royer III.
Oh, this is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Oh, it looks good on you, though.
What about that guy that calls himself the Godfather?
He had a voice that could make a wolverine purr. He was like a god walking amongst mere mortals.
I look good. I mean, really good.
Hey, look how good.
Come and see how good I
He
look.
refers to himself as the Godfather.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
He spends more time on his hair than on the golf course.
How's my hair?
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
If you need a gin card, he's got one.
Got a new one now.
George Honeycutt, the Godfather.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Good stuff. And good morning, golfing world. It's Monday Morning Golf Wrap, bringing you the latest and greatest in the golfing world. I love that introduction. It just gets me cracked up every time I hear it. Of course, we are brought to you by the Myrtle Beach Golf Authority, your number one source for golf packages, vacations, whatever you want to do here in the Grand Strand. You can contact Myrtle Beach Golf Authority at myrtle-beachgolf.com, 888-272-7263. And we want to thank those lovely people for their continued support and sponsorship of the Monday Morning Golf Wrap. Well, I'm kind of playing with myself this morning. If you notice, I'm got a roll of paper towels here, so I'm all set. So that was good. How about that? Hugh's feeling a little under weather today, so wish him a quick recovery, and he'll be back with us soon, of course, probably on TGD Today later this week, so we'll look forward to that. A couple of things that are on the ticker coming up. Of course, we've talked about this several times. Hugh Royer's got his grand opening coming up at the South Carolina Golf Center over at Shasberry Glen Golf Course near Conway, and that is Saturday, November the 1st, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and there will be a Conway Chamber of Commerce ribbons cutting ceremony at 11. And then the golfdirector.com, all the celebrities from here will be out there, and we'll be wishing you well. Actually, I'm setting up the Saturday golf group to play out there that Saturday morning. So all of the SGG group will be there, and we'll be wishing him well and partaking in some of the barbecue they're going to have. And, of course, there will even be a turkey shoot, I believe, using your clubs and a golf ball, and you'll be firing at some targets and hopefully winning some prizes. So that'll be a lot of fun. Again, Saturday, November the 1st, 2014, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the South Carolina Golf Center, Shasberry Glen Golf Course. And this is being brought to you by, of course, Hugh Royer and the South Carolina Golf Center. Also coming up this Saturday, and we were made aware of this just late last week, Saturday, October the 25th, 2014, 12 p.m. shotgun start, $75 a person, $300 for a foursome. This is a four-person best ball captain's choice tournament. You're going to have lunch. You're going to have complimentary beer, 50-50 raffles, huge prizes. You can decorate your cart for even more special prizes. And this is the Rally for the Cure golf tournament brought to you by the Kilted Caddy Club and Cafe. And that is supporting the promise of the Susan G. Komen for the cure of breast cancer. And again, that is out at, I believe it's Isaiah Sands Golf Course. That's right, up in North Myrtle Beach. So just down the street from the studios here. And again, the TGD celebrities will be out there. The Godfather will be there. Jeff Gilder will probably be there. So be looking for us out there and participating with this wonderful event again for breast cancer, the Rally for the Cure golf tournament. And that is this Saturday, October the 25th, 12 p.m. shotgun start. Get your team together. It's only $300 for a foursome, $75 a person. And again, that includes a lunch cookout, complimentary beer, and 50-50 raffle, and a lot of prizes. So that will be a lot of fun also. All right, let's catch up on some golf. Busy weekend. Of course, kind of started things off. We talked about it at length last week, and that was the Volvo World Match Play. And the most unlikely guy, I think, ending up in the finals was Mikko Ilonen. And he ends up making his way into the semifinals through his match on Friday. And the reason I bring this up, folks, this is his second round. He goes up against Graham McDowell. Now, Graham McDowell was the defending champion. Miko goes out against Graham McDowell, and through 14 holes, he makes 12 threes. Through 14 holes, he makes 12 threes. Just picture that. And just hope and wonder that maybe one day you and I could do that. But he ends up beating Graham McDowell. He then goes into the semifinals and ends up beating Yaus Luton in the semis on Saturday, and then ends up on Sunday going up against one Henrik Stenson. Of course, Henrik Stenson having such a wonderful 2012, 2013, and 2014. But he ends up beating Henrik Stenson 3-1 in the finals to pick up the 650,000 euros for the first prize for the Volvo World Match Play. So congratulations to Mikko Ilonen. This is his 5th win of his career. And I guess you want to say he's a late bloomer, but he's not a late bloomer. He's had some health injuries. He's had some health issues, and so he's a great ball striker, and he's a wonderful putter. When he gets that thing lit up, he really rolls his rock well. And so congratulations to Mikko for this very impressive win at the Volvo World Match Play. Also, over the weekend, of course, the PGA Tour was out at the Shriners Hospital for Children Open at TPC Summerlin. And this is a go low, Sheriff. They're riding Shetland pony type thing that Hughes says. But interestingly, if you looked at the scores coming into the last round, they weren't going quite as low as everybody had anticipated. However, there were some really low scores shot on final day Sunday, which was somewhat surprising. And there were several named winners, past winners of the PGA Tour that were chasing down the lead of this tournament, which made it a lot of fun to kind of follow and watch. And we're talking like Kevin Streelman and Knox and Webb Simpson and even a new rookie to the PGA Tour, Mr. One Tony Finau, who, of course, is a big break celebrity status, and he just recently played in the Big Break Invitational at Reynolds Plantation. And Tony Finau is a young man. He's quite large in stature. In other words, he's about 6'4". He only goes about a couple of 100 pounds. He's not heavy, but one thing so impressive about Tony and watching him play is he's one of the longer hitters of the golf ball that is currently on the tour. And what I mean by that is one shot in particular on Saturday, he got the opportunity to pull out a 3-wood, and he hit it 370 yards, folks. The 370-yard 3-wood, that's almost like the Remax long drive stuff that we're seeing now on as they come into the finals of that big event. But Tony ends up finishing extremely well in the tournament and, again, picks up a decent-sized check. He had just finished a top 15 in the previous week at the first event of the 2014-2015 season. So he's made a little bit of bling-bling even at the first part of the year. But coming down the stretch, one Mr. Ben Martin. Again, Ben Martin, just recently getting on the tour a couple years ago. He's in his late 20s, but Ben goes out and finishes with a 68, which was kind of interesting. He shoots 62 on Saturday. Impressive round. Goes out and just wasn't getting things quite clicking, if you know what I mean. Things just weren't happening. He then goes and bogeys 11 and really brings the field back into this thing. And so you're watching him, and there was a lot of scoreboard watching. Of course, Finau had gone out early, and he was making a move. He was at 4 under through 15 for the day, and he was getting right up there around the 16 mark, 16 under par. That was really kind of putting the pressure on Ben, who was likewise at 16 at the time. And then all of a sudden, he gets in and birdies 15, so that helped a little bit. Hey, gave a little bit of a cushion. Then he gets to 16, and he, of course, reaches the green, and he sinks about a 45-footer for an eagle. and that just started separating. Then he gets to 18. He has about a 12-footer for birdie. He drains that and ends up winning the event by 2. So congratulations to Ben Martin, who finishes at 20 under par. He starts the day tied for 74th in the FedEx Cup standings. He finishes tied for first. So he moved 73 positions in the FedEx Cup standings with his win at the Shriners Hospital for Children Open. And, of course, for him, this also means an invite to Augusta. He has played Augusta before, but he played as an amateur. He did finish runner-up in the USAM several years ago, and thusly he got an invite to play at Augusta. So, but now that he will be playing as a pro, and this will be his first professional status Masters. He'll, of course, get an invite to the Players and to the other distinguished events such as the PGA Championship. So congratulations to Ben Martin. Kevin Streelman finishes at -18. Jeff Knox is right behind him. Webb Simpson, as I mentioned. Kevin Streelman played extremely well. He didn't make a couple of putts coming down the stretch that I really believe he wanted to. Streelman also shoots 63 on Saturday and then finishes with a 65. So it's not like he was playing bad golf, folks. I mean, these guys are going out and shooting 62s, 63s, and it's just like it's an everyday occurrence now. So very impressive to watch and see. By the way, over the weekend, we played Crow Creek with the Saturday Golf Group, and I got to witness an impressive 66 myself. I was playing with Mr. Jim Fellner, who is a local PGA professional. Jim is just over 60 years old, and he goes out from the White Tees at Crow Creek, which is absolutely in marvelous shape. Could not ask for a better golf course. It's extremely well manicured. The new bunkers that Jimmy and Joe and the group is putting out there is spectacular. They're fantastic. Several of our players made comments about how nice the bunkers were and how they were just so different than any other bunker in the Grand Strand. But, however, all the greens are good and all, and I sat and watched Jim shoot an impressive 66. So congratulations to him. And I had a word for him when we finished, and I referred to him later in the clubhouse by this word several times. And it starts with a B and ends with an H. So I'll just let it go at that. But congratulations to Jim. He ends up taking the money again in the SGG Saturday Open. So we're going to have to evaluate his handicap and put a stop to that. So moving on, also in the pros over the weekend, again, the KEB Hana Bank Championship at Sky 72 Golf Course in Incheon, South Korea. It's a par 72, 6,364 yards long, and interestingly, a 19-year-old rookie who doesn't even have LPGA status ends up winning the tournament. Koo Jung Beek ends up winning this with a 74, 69, 68, 67. What great playing by this young lady. Finishes at 10 under par, wins $300,000. She wins it in a first-hole playoff. There was 3 of them that ended up in the playoff. There was Beek, Inji Chun, and Brittany Lincecum. They end up going for 1 hole, and Beek ends up winning it with a birdie putt. So congratulations to this young lady, picking up her LPGA first win, and what a phenomenal game she has. Just missed steady. It's so much fun to watch these girls play this professional golf because they have so much rhythm, so much tempo, so much style. They do course management. They take it to the nth degree in how they manage themselves around this golf course. One that I think every amateur golfer, male or female, should pay very close attention to is the LPGA Tour and watch how they play within their ranks. You got the big hitters, you got the short hitters, and it's just fun to watch the mixture of the two, much like it is on the PGA. However, with the ladies, they're pretty much, as Hugh states, they're in our distant range as far as hitting the clubs to certain distances and things like that, so we can relate to it better. NB Park ends up continuing her stellar play for the year. She finishes in 4th place. Katrina Matthews is tied for 5th, along with the return of Michelle Wee. Michelle Wee ends up finishing the week very strongly. She has a good tournament, finishes tied for 5th. It looks like her injuries are vastly improved. Her wrist has come back very well. She wasn't all taped up as she has been in the past. So congratulations to Michelle. Of course, Hugh would get a big kick out of that I even mentioned her name. So, Hugh, you can pat me on the back later for that one. Also, over the weekend, up at close to home here, up at Rock Barn, was the Greater Hickory Kia Classic, and Jay Haas ends up finishing that. Good old homeboy. He had many family members up there. It looked like they were having a family reunion. But Jay ends up winning the event at 17 under par, picks up a check for $240,000. He shoots 63, 67, 66. These guys can really go low. Joe Durant finishes 2 shots back, tied with the one and only, the gentleman who won last week, Kirk Triplett. They both finished at 15 under par. Kirk Triplett had 3 66s. Now, folks, when you sit there and you go out and play in a professional event, much on the Champions Tour, and you shoot 66, 66, 66, you think you'd win the doggone thing. But, of course, Jay Haas starting with a 63, and then second day 67, final day 66. It's kind of tough to catch that. So congratulations to Jay Haas for his win this weekend. Again, they are coming into the finals, coming up for their championship. And, of course, we're talking about the Charles Schwab Cup. Again, Bernhard Langer, it's his to lose. It's his to win. He's up there. The closest person to him, again, is Colin Montgomery. And then all these other guys are just kind of jockeying behind Colin. So, again, it's the Bernhard Langer year. But we'll see how this all finishes out, of course, at their championship, the Charles Schwab Cup Championship. Following up on the PGA Tour, they are headed our way here to the Grand Strand. Just down south below us is the McClatchy Classic at Sea Island, Georgia, and that'll be a lot of fun. That starts this week, and we'll be following that very closely for you. As far as the events, I want to remind everyone again, we've got Hugh Royer's grand opening coming up on November 1. That's 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. out at Shasberry Glen Golf Course near Conway. So if you are interested, you can go to the website. You can go to thegolfdirector.com, or you can go to SouthCarolinaGolfCenter.com and access. They're doing a giveaway. There's going to be a vacation giveaway and all. So be sure to go and register for that giveaway, and that's presented to you by the Glens Group. I want to thank them for their participation. And again, the Kilted Caddy Club and Cafe is doing Rally for the Cure Golf Tournament this Saturday, October the 25th at 12 p.m. shotgun start, $75 a person, $300 for a foursome. It is a 4-person best ball, and the Godfather himself will be out there. You can get signed up for that at www.thekiltedcaddyclub.com. The THEKILTED caddyclub.com. So you can get in touch with that, or you can actually go to the Platinum membership card and access it that way, or you can go to East Coast Golf Management and access it that way. So for Monday Morning Golf Wrap, we're going to bring it to a close here. We want to thank the lovely people at Myrtle Beach Golf Authority for bringing this to you. Again, contact Kathy Ziegler or her assistant, Karen Gilman, at myrtle-beachgolf.com or 888-272-7263. Coming up later in the week, of course, TGD Today, bringing you all the latest and forecast projections, things of that sort, tech talks. There's all kind of stuff coming up later on TGD TV and TGD Radio. For Hugh Royer, who's absent today, I'm the Godfather, George Honeycutt. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll be visiting with you again real soon.